Jim had walked straight into the pirates' camp, and now his only weapon was his courage. For a long moment, no one moved. The stockade that had once felt like safety now felt like a trap. Shadows flickered along the walls as the last light of day faded. The air smelled of smoke and damp wood. Long John Silver stood in the doorway, leaning on his crutch, smiling in that calm, almost friendly way of his. But there was nothing friendly in his eyes. "Well now," he said softly, "this is a surprise." Behind him, several pirates stepped forward, muskets in hand. Their faces were tired, rough, suspicious. They looked at me as if deciding whether I was useful or disposable. I forced myself to stand straight. There was no running, no fighting, only talking. Silver studied me carefully. "You've got courage, lad," he said, "walking in here alone." I said nothing. He took a slow step closer. "Where's the ship?" he asked quietly. I hesitated. His smile thinned. "That's what I thought," he murmured. "You know something." The other pirates shifted uneasily. One of them spat into the dirt. "We should tie him up," he growled. "Or worse." Silver raised a hand. "Easy," he said calmly. "No rush." He looked at me again, more thoughtfully this time. "You're a clever one," he said. "Too clever to wander into our camp by mistake." I met his gaze. "If you harm me," I said, keeping my voice steady, "you'll never find the ship again." That caught his attention. For a brief second, the mask slipped. Then it returned. "Well now," he said slowly, "that changes things." The pirates began muttering among themselves. I could hear the tension in their voices. They had lost the ship. They knew it, and they knew I might be the only one who could lead them back to it. Silver turned slightly, addressing his men. "Listen here," he said. "This lad's worth more alive than dead. He knows where the ship is, and maybe more besides." One of the pirates stepped forward angrily. "You trust him?" he snapped. Silver's eyes hardened. "I trust usefulness," he replied. The man fell silent. Silver motioned toward a rough wooden bench inside the stockade. "Sit," he told me. I did. The pirates gathered nearby, watching closely. Silver leaned against the wall and spoke in a lower voice. "You've got nerve," he said. "I'll give you that. But nerve won't keep you alive out here. What will keep you alive is making yourself valuable." I swallowed. "I can help you," I said carefully, "but only if you keep me safe." A faint smile returned to his face. "That's the spirit," he said. He glanced at his men again. "From now on, the boy's under my protection," he declared. "Anyone touches him answers to me." Grumbling followed, but no one argued openly. Silver had authority, even among pirates. Night settled over the island. A small fire was lit. The pirates spoke in low voices, keeping their distance but never taking their eyes off me. I sat quietly, thinking. Somewhere in the jungle, the captain and the others were alive. They had to be. Perhaps they had escaped. Perhaps they were hiding. If I could stay alive long enough, if I could keep Silver uncertain, there might still be a way to turn this around. Later, when most of the pirates had settled into uneasy rest, Silver approached again. He lowered himself onto a crate nearby. "You've got spirit," he said quietly. "Reminds me of myself years ago." I didn't answer. He studied the ground for a moment. "Truth is," he continued, "things aren't going as smooth as I'd hoped. Men are restless. They want gold. They want answers." He looked up at me. "And you," he said, "might be the key to both." The fire crackled softly between us. I realized then that Silver needed me. Not as a friend, not even as an ally, but as a bargaining piece. If I played this carefully, I might survive long enough to help the others. But if I made one wrong move, the pirates would turn on me, and Silver might not be able to stop them. Outside the stockade, the jungle rustled in the night wind. The island felt smaller now, tighter, like a chessboard with fewer pieces left. I leaned back against the rough wood and closed my eyes briefly. Tomorrow would bring a new negotiation, a new risk, because sooner or later, Silver would demand to know where the ship was hidden. And when that moment came, I would have to decide whether to tell him the truth or gamble everything on a lie.